that long enough?
Should be. Ask your dad.
Dad, is that long enough?
If it's not, that's what he's got to deal with. The good news is he won't blame me this time, he'll blame you. Good morning. So, still got some crappy weather outside, so I do want to get the porch stuff done, and we really want to get the outside. We got a little bit of miscellaneous work. We want to get that done, but alas, the weather's putting a damper on it. So, you saw I installed the orange boxes. That is for our technology cables, Cat 6. It's going to be in every room. This is the kitchen area, so that's for the refrigerators, and there is one there. We're not going to run a smart refrigerator. I've heard too many bad things about those, and there's really no need for it. I don't need a refrigerator to make me a grocery list. It's kind of crazy. But like we've said, in the future, we're trying to build this house. If we were to ever sell, it's got what people would want. So we'll put a drop there that we won't use, but maybe somebody else would in the future. There's one there and an outlet. That'll be for a phone. I know home phones are kind of long gone, but we don't have good service out here, so we may or may not get a home phone. So that one's there, and then we just put one in all the other rooms. We did put two in the office here because we might have two computer setups. That's a possibility. And then we put one up there for a smart TV and up here for a smart TV. So yeah, that's that. We're gonna run all of our Cat 6 cable today and hook up our wire came. Probably saw it earlier in the video. So our wire came to hook up our sub panel, which is over there. So we're gonna try to get that run today. and get all the stuff done before we start running our electrical wire for all the outlets and switches. So that's what we're working on today. All right, so we drilled the holes through our studs. What we're gonna do with this Cat 6 wire is run it up through the holes in the studs. This is gonna feed the living room and the master bedroom. We'll run 2 that way, and then we'll run 2 this way, which will feed the office. And then for the other side of the house, we're just gonna run it up and over in the attic. I'm gonna need another hole because that's not gonna fit. Shoot. Hey, you're a big mess over here.
I just cleaned it up.
Oopsies. Okay, let's try this. That should be plenty now. Dang, check that out.
All the way down?
It's perfect.
That's just luck.
It's actually a little long. Can you pull it back?
I am. I was just going slow because I didn't want to slow it.
Yeah, go ahead. That's good.
Good?
Yep. All right, one wire down. Next.
Is that long enough?
Should ask your dad.
Dad, is that long enough?
If it's not, that's what he's got to deal with. The good news is he won't blame me this time. He'll blame you. All right, so we got most of our wires through. I don't know how well you saw the last one. We just pulled a loop and pulled the loop so we could cut it over there, and that kills two birds with one stone. It ends up being 2 runs for the, like I said earlier, the fridge and the phone. The only one we have left is the guest bedroom, which is way over there, which I don't know how much cord we have. We have a lot. I'm thinking about running 2 over there because it's the longest stretch. So to do that, I was thinking about running along the wall there and then out that way so that we don't have to cross underneath the walkway. And because if you do that, we'd have to cover it. So you have to stay, I think code says 7 feet, 6 or 7 feet away from any attic space or walking space for electrical wires. This is not electrical wire, but we're gonna follow that same code. So we're plenty from that walkway we did with these ones, but we'd have to cross under it to get to the guest. So that's why I'm thinking about just running it along the wall over there. So we'll see if we have enough. We'll stretch it out on the ground first, cut 2 cords, and then we just have to feed it once up and over. Okay, so we decided against that. We're just gonna run 1 wire to the guest bedroom over there. If we need another one in the future, we can then do what I said about running it through the attic. But for now, we're just gonna run 1. And there's a couple holes here that are gonna be a little tight. What happened? Let's feed the whole thing. I might as well, because this is a tough spot. All right, we got them all fed through. So this is where they all come out. This is not a typical Ethernet box like the orange ones we put in earlier. And I did that so that we'd have more room. So you can buy a faceplate that has like 12 Ethernet ports or whatever. I don't really know how that's getting done. So that'll get done next time my father-in-law comes to town. And not by me. So all the drops are done where they need to be. I need to go through and clean up all the wires with zip ties, which I don't have. I do have zip ties, but I have really good zip ties, strong ones. I'm just gonna buy the El Cheapos, just to kind of hold it together so it looks decent, because it's never gonna see sun. It's gonna be it's gonna be in the walls, but and in the ceiling, but I kind of want it to look good. So next up, I think we're going to try to tackle this wire since we're in the ceiling. That's going to have to go from this panel clear over to the other panel. We'll run it up here, over this way, and then as close to the edge here as we can, just so it's totally out of the way. And then we'll cut back in. So we'll get it unwound and see if we can't get it fed through. All right, so we've been going back and forth on how to get this up there. I think what's going to be easiest is just coming up over here in the front corner of the house. We'll feed it all the way over, get us our length we need at the main panel, and then we can turn it and run it to the sub panel over there. So Tina's down here, she's going to feed it up to me to take some of the weight off, and I'm just going to kind of ride the scaffolding over all the way. And little Miss Leah wants to get up here too. Boy, you gotta get down. Papa's got to move. Whoa.
Come over on this side.
Can you help Mama? How are your peanut butter crackers?
It's
Mama
good?
made them for you, huh? Glad we went 8-foot doors. I wouldn't be able to do this if we didn't.
You could, but you'd have to really crouch down.
Do a limbo. I gotta move, Bo.
Is it best for me to like turn this here?
Yeah, if you unspool a little bit, but still doesn't get around.
Okay, hold on. Kind of like when we did the pecs. It's like
Yeah.
easy.
Once we get it to length, it'll flatten itself out.
Hold on, my arm is in there.
Okay, Bo, watch out, I gotta move.
Hold on. There we go. Okay. I keep hitting these dryer vent things.
Get it. So apparently nothing's safe. This one now can climb up the scaffolding. So guess we got to take that down. We can't leave that up anymore. Well, first it was ladders and now it's scaffolding. You ready, Bo? Okay, hold on. Okay, now we got to turn. Beep, beep, beep. Whoa. Whoa. Oh no. Okay, we got to turn. You know you changed the dynamics of this. It's not as easy to steer with an extra 25 pounds on the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we have arrived at our destination. Time to get down. You're already up. Do you want to jump off? No, we're not going to jump off. That's a bad idea. Papa wouldn't let you do that, huh? You've got wood chips all over you. Need it? Okay, so we got to run all the way to the box. We took it 10 feet down, which should be more than enough. I'm not gonna cut this until we hook it up, just to make sure we have enough. So, and we did discuss, I think we're gonna put it in conduit. So, just to be on the safe side, this wire is rated to not have to be run in conduit, but we will run it in conduit. Just to be on the safe side, we are in the country, as Tina says, so any critters getting up here, the last thing we need is them to chew through this wire. I'm not worried about it getting stepped on, but so I'm just gonna leave this here. I'm gonna have to run it through. So that's where the panel is gonna be. So we'll leave us some slack and we'll just run the conduit. We won't run the conduit in the wall, we'll just run the conduit from in the attic space. We'll come here, put a couple 45s, long sweep 45s on it, come over here, and then we can end it right there. So that's our main feed wire from the main panel to the sub panel. What else? What's next, boss?
I don't know.
One other thing I forgot to mention is we did move our panel. Somebody did comment on the last video saying you can't have it in the closet per the code. The code doesn't say you can't have it in a closet. It just says you can't have it by flammable items, some kind of terminology like that. So we could leave a space there in the closet, but we just decided to move it here in the laundry room. This is where we were gonna originally put it, but we moved it so we'd have more space, but we measured it out. We can still fit a cabinet there, the panel, light switch, it'll all work out. So that's one thing we did do. Yeah, so I figured I would show you guys that. Good morning. So we pulled our wire back here from the wall because we decided to get some conduit and run it through conduit. Totally not necessary, but it'll clean it up and it'll make me feel a little bit better about it. So the conduit's rather cheap in the long run. So that's what we're gonna do. The other thing you can't really see, I'll show you afterwards. We cleaned up all of our Cat 6 wires. We got those all fastened down, nice and neat through the walls, attached to the walls, attached over here, attached to the trusses. So those are nice and clean. But yeah, we'll go ahead and Tina's gonna pass me the conduit. We got 2-inch conduit, which is way bigger than what we need. But we have to put it in through a couple 90s. So I figured it would be easier with 2-inch. Again, price difference, not a huge deal. And it's gonna make it that much easier. So we'll slide this through the 2-inch conduit. It's gonna have a 90 going down there. Once it gets to the other side, it's gonna turn 90. It's gonna turn 90 one more time and then 90 down the wall. So there's 4 90s we gotta put on. We're gonna run as much pipe as we can this way and then we'll go and work on the other side.
Which one? This one?
Side, yeah. Get one more, we'll start with that and then
Okay.
see how far we get. Okey-dokey.
Oh, let me move this block.
I gotta come over here, I think. We're through.
Yeah.
Okay. So I gotta go back.
What I wonder what you should have done instead of putting that second one on is we should have just pushed this all the way.
Yeah, but we gotta connect the joints. Because you're gonna have to move the ladder, huh?
Yeah, every 10 feet I have to move it, and I don't know that I can reach it in some spots, but I'll try.
I mean, I could try. Either way, one of us is gonna have to get up there. Go into the, either into the pantry or into the, you could probably go down too. You just gotta be able to push it a little bit. Go into the bedroom.
Good? Wait. Is it possible for you to move it? There you go.
If you just hold it, let me push it towards you.
Up. Okay, I'm running out of room.
I got it. Go ahead. You're good to move. I think I got maybe a system. I can just, before I connect it, I can pull it through. All right, so Tina's getting the last pipe that we need cut, but somewhere here, you should be able to see maybe all the Cat 6 wires. So we just zip tied them together. They're attached to the truss. They're totally out of the way. We're never gonna walk over there. And you can see our electrical pipe. It runs all the way over. We're gonna cut a small piece, run it towards the wall, and then run along the wall and down inside. All right, almost. I can adjust that one from down there. That's perfect. We're up against the wall. Nice. That wasn't that tough. I mean, a little bit, but not that much. All right, so we got that done. Our main power supply to the sub panel is ran. We have not hooked it up yet, obviously, because you didn't see that. And all of our Ethernet Cat 6 wire is run as well. Not hooked up, but it's out of the way. So next up, what are we doing next? Oh, we got to do the, I think we're going to hook up, before we do our wiring, we're going to hook up our dryer vent and our washer inlet, outlet, hoses, and then the rest for the fridges and the bathrooms and all that. We're going to get all that hooked up. Probably won't run our plumbing all the way up to the ceiling yet. That's not a huge deal. That's easy enough to do after. But we'll at least get those boxes mounted because we have all that stuff. You can see way over there. I went yesterday when I got that pipe. I took the 3-hour trek to Menards, and that's where I got that pipe, and we got all of our electrical wire. So that's coming up. Not next video. The video after, you should see that. Once we get some nicer weather, we can go out to the porch and get all those lights and boxes and stuff installed and finish that up. I think I said that last video, but it got colder. So, and it's only supposed to get colder. So that's gonna have to wait. But with that said, that's where we'll leave this one. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you on the next video.
Bye.
Oh, one thing I forgot. I made a community post yesterday. You may or may not have seen it. But we're thinking about doing a Q&A video as far as the build. So any questions you have as far as like what was the easiest thing, what was the hardest thing, what's something that you didn't expect to happen, or any type of questions you have regarding the build, we'll stick this one to just the build, not so much the farm, the homestead, the land, that sort of stuff. We'll do that maybe in another one. This is kind of just the build questions that we have up to this point. So framing and some electrical work done. So feel free to drop a comment down below in this video or the community post, or you can email us, TriStarHomestead@gmail.com with your questions. We'll probably leave that open for, I don't know, a week or two, and then we'll compile all those questions and put a video out answering some of those questions. I know a lot of you have asked questions before, and we try to answer them in the comments, so we'll just compile it all into one video. So leave it down below or in the community section.